Hello, my name is Brian. I'm a family nurse practitioner student with Saginaw Valley State University. We're going to be doing a musculoskeletal examination on you involving your upper extremities. So, first, we're just going to begin with the inspection. So, looking anteriorly, we're looking at your shoulders, arms. Gonna go around to the back side, and we're looking at your scapula and the associated musculature. We're looking at your elbows, or we're inspecting your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Okay. So what we're looking for when we do the inspection there is we're looking for symmetry, we're looking for contour, seeing if there's any type of masses, looking for redness or inflammation in the joints, looking for any kind of edema in the joints, or any sort of asymmetry with the muscles, any sort of deformity, any type of like nodules. Anything along those lines is what we're looking for there. So I'm gonna have you turn just a little bit towards me so the camera won't have my back the whole time. So we're gonna move on to palpation. So I'm going to palpate your sternoclavicular joint. We're gonna move on to go down the clavicles here. Sternoclavicular, misspoke. Then we're gonna move on to the scapulas here. Move up a little bit to the acromion, and then up a little bit further to the acromion clavicular joint, and then I'm gonna come around, and we're gonna palpate the coracoid process, and then we're going to come around to feel the greater tubercle of the humerus, and then palpating the bicep tendon. Now I want you to take your arms and bend them and pull them a little bit back. Okay. So you're okay. I'm palpating the subacromium and subdeltoid bursa. And then from the front, I can feel the insertions for the sits muscles. So we have the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, and then the teres minor. If you want to palpate the actual muscles, you'll go back here. Once again, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and then teres minor. The subscapular muscle is actually covered by one of the other muscles, so it's hard to palpate. Okay, then we're going to palpate on your elbow here. We have the medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, and then we have the olecranon process right here. And then in between the medial and the olecranon process is the ulnar nerve. And then once again on this side, ulnar nerve. And then moving up the arms and just palpating the surface of the radial and ulna. And then going to on the radius right there, I'm feeling the radius stylus process, and then the it's the anatomical snuff box. All right, feel that on this side, and then I'm going to feel the I'm going to palpate the wrist there, and then we have the carpals, we have the metacarpals, and then we have the metacarpal phalangeal joints, which I'm just going to squeeze a little bit here. And then with your individual fingers, I'm going to feel lateral, sorry, I hurt your finger today, lateral and medial aspects of the distal, or the proximal interphalangeal joint. And then we're going to do it with the distal interphalangeal joint. Okay, and then, and so what we were looking for when we were palpating there was seeing if there's any kind of pain or tenderness. Once again, feeling for swelling, feeling for any kind of masses or nodules, or any deformities. And then once again, just for symmetry, but everything was normal and appropriate. I didn't see any abnormal issues. So then we're going to move on to range of motion. So we're going to start with the shoulders. So what I want you to do is we're going to do flexion all the way up, and then I want you to take your arms from up your side, and then go back for extension. Okay, and then we're going to do abduction, and then come back down for adduction, and then we're also going to do the cross test for adduction. Okay, and then you can just put it. We're going to do external rotation. Take your arms like this, and then raise them up. Okay, and then we're going to do internal rotation, and take your arm and put it behind your back, and then do it with the other arm. And then this would also be where you do the scratch test, just to test for internal and external rotation of both arms. Okay, any pain, tenderness with any of that, motion appears symmetrical in full range of motion. Now we're going to move on to the elbows. So I want you to flex, extend, and then pronation, and then supination. Okay, and then for your wrists, we want flexation, extension, and then we'll do ulnar deviation, or excuse me, this is radial deviation, and then ulnar deviation. And then with your fingers, I want you to flex them like this, and make sure you get the distal interphalangeal joint to touch the palm of your hand. Okay, and then extension, try to send your fingers out as far as it can, and then abduction, and then adduction, and then we're going to move on to the thumbs. So I want you to take your thumb for flexion and move it, try to touch the palm on the fourth finger, and then for extension, I want you to take it all the way out, and then for abduction, I want you to send it forward like that, and then send it as far back as you can for adduction. And then we're going to check for have you take your thumb and touch all your fingers like that. It is we're testing for opposition. There we go. Okay, so all of that appeared normal. So the next thing we're gonna do is specialized tests for shoulder or rotator cuff issues. So I'm gonna come to your backside here. I'm gonna put my hand on your scapula, and then I'm gonna raise your hands straight out. All right, and then we'll do it with the other side here. All right, and that's the near impingement test. And now we're gonna do the Hawkins test. So I want you to bring your arm up like this. I'm gonna put my arm here, and we're gonna rotate. It's like this, yeah. Okay. Any pain or tenderness with that?
No.
This is what we're looking for, pain or tenderness with any of these movements. Next, we're going to do the super spinatus, or the open can test. So I want you to take your arms all the way out, thumbs down, and I'm going to push down. Okay. And then we're going to do intraspinatus, or super spinatus, infraspinatus. And what I want you to do is try to push out. Okay. And then we're going to do forearm supination. So what I want you to do is hands down, and I want you to try to spin your hands while I resist. Okay. And then we're going to do the arm drop test. So what I want you to do is abduct your arms all the way out, and then slowly bring them back down. All right, and we're just looking to see if there's any sort of pain or tenderness with that, or a substantial drop. And then we're gonna move on to the wrist test for carpal tunnel. So I want you to turn your hand upside down. I'm gonna tap your medial nerve. And are you having any numbness or tingling or any pain? It would be on the last 4 fingers. And that's Tinnell's test. And then phalanx test is the last one. And with that one, I'm gonna have you take your hands and put them together like so. And I would have you hold those together for 60 seconds. And then we would be looking for any pain or numbness or tingling. But I do believe that is it. Hopefully I got it all on video.